through their final preps for tomorrow. It's a full circle game for KC. The Chiefs, they kicked off their 2022 season at State Farm Stadium with a win over the Cardinals, becoming the third team to play their season opener and the Super Bowl in the same stadium. The other two teams, by the way, they ended up winning the big game. Joining us from the desert, our senior NFL insider, Adam Schefter. Adam, good morning. Super Bowl, obviously the present task for the Chiefs, but the future's in question for offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. He's up for the same job in Washington and Baltimore. What's the likelihood he leaves Kansas City?
There's a real chance, Jay, that Sunday's Super Bowl 57 will be the final one that Eric Bieniemy spends with the Kansas City Chiefs. He has had so many opportunities to interview for head coaching jobs in the past that haven't come through. I think there's a feeling around the league that some people think he needs to move on just to have a new opportunity with a new franchise around a new coaching staff where he's out from Andy Reid's shadow and can go prove all the talents that he has as a coach. And so after this game, there's a chance he does move on, whether it is to Washington or to Baltimore. Both teams looking for offensive coordinators. But when he looks around tomorrow, could be the last time that he's working with the great Patrick Mahomes.
All right, as we keep an eye on that situation, we are also looking at Aaron Rodgers pondering his playing future. With the offseason set to begin soon, Adam, how is his pending decision affecting the whole QB market?
Well, listen, we've already seen Tom Brady retire and file his retirement papers. If Aaron Rodgers were to retire after his darkness and isolation retreat, that would just be one fewer quarterback that other teams have. And so all the teams out there that have a quarterback need are waiting to see whether Rodgers does in fact want to play this upcoming season or whether he's going to walk away from the game. And if he does want to play, he's going to have to sit down and talk with the Packers at some point anyway. Some answers need to be had. But first, the isolation and darkness retreat awaits. And of course, Derek Carr is one of those quarterbacks who also is out there, and we will get resolution on him at some point this week because the Raiders cannot carry him on their roster 3 days after the Super Bowl, lest his $32.9 million salary becomes fully guaranteed. That's not going to happen. He's not going to be back with Las Vegas. And the only question now remains, does he get traded where he visited the New Orleans Saints this past week, or does the team simply release him and take the cap savings it would get by moving on from him? But that's a decision that will be made here, Jay, within the next week.
Saints head coach Dennis Allen, who coached the Raiders from 2012 to 2014, selected Derek Carr in the second round in 2014, so we'll keep an eye on that situation. Adam Schefter with the latest from the Super Bowl and around the NFL.
And just ahead, how a moment of hurt helped Jalen hurt.
No Arthur, because we're on remote for the Super Bowl. You've been in Arizona all week for coverage, so let's talk about your dog of the day. This is your dog of the day from Arthur that you're delivering to us for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Randy, good morning. It's, duty calls, you're on the road and things like that, so you can't make it all. Oh, wait, what do we got here?
Oh.
What do we got here?
Oh.
Oh, look who it is.
Let's go!
Look who it is.
There he is.
You're not about to have Super Bowl coverage and betting picks without the star of the program, the petting insider and petting analyst here for ESPN.
Yep. Yeah, he's loving it. He's loving being held like that.
Right. We're all about prop bets here. So there's one that caught Arthur's eye for his dog of the day, and that's Gainwell, the running back of the Eagles. Both teams really are running back by committee, and the pricing of this market really is almost like they're backing up a high-profile running back like Derrick Henry. So for all we know, Gainwell's the right running back for Philly against this Kansas City defense. So I just like the variance and the unknown of a situation like this. And we often see teams deep in the postseason go with the hot hand or the fresher running back. So at 15-1 to lead the game in rushing, when it's likely going to be an Eagle player that's going to lead the game in rushing, I'll take that all day. So that's Arthur's dog of the day for the Super Bowl props.
That is a healthy dog, too, 15-1. All right, so Patrick Mahomes, look at Arthur, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Mahomes is certainly on folks' radar. What's a prop that you like for him when it comes to the run game, Doug?
Yeah, I really like this. There's obviously a million props out there, but Mahomes' first rush attempt over 3.5 yards. Now, what this does in the market, it factors in the potential of a quarterback sneak. But the Chiefs have not run a sneak in over 3 years. And this is what he averages per carry. In fact, it's even higher. It's around 7.8 in the first half. So all of Mahomes' runs are when he's flushed from the pocket. And in the NFL, sacks are not against rushing yards. So if he escapes that pressure and that stout pass rush, which led the NFL in sacks, so it's going to be a steady pass rush all game. And if he's able to escape, he should be able to get at least 4 yards on his first carry, especially when he hasn't run a sneak in over 3 years. So it's just not part of the Kansas City offense.
Okay, all right, that's the ground game. I love Arthur squared up to the camera. He looks regal.
Arthur look
All right,
incredible.
What's a prop bet that you like for Mahomes when it comes to the passing game?
Yeah, we want immediate payouts. I'm going to go with first completion here. And this is something that really all quarterbacks do in every Super Bowl because of the big stage, the high stakes. Coaches don't want to go 3 and out. They want things to calm down, ease their players into it. So short passes is what I'm all about for Mahomes. And that's actually the way to attack this Philadelphia defense. You want those guys in the pass rush going east and west and not just sit back in a conventional drop and throw deep down the field. So first completion under 10.5 yards is a really good play. It's my favorite prop of the entire Super Bowl. In the last Super Bowl, first completion was 3 yards. For his first Super Bowl, 2 incompletes, but both short passes out of the backfield to a running back. So it's going to be avoid the 3 and out, nice, easy, stretch the defense left to right. So we're looking at hitches, bubble screens, swing passes, things along those lines. So 10.5 is a big number. You got to lay a little juice, but I still think it's a great play.
Okay, let's have a monitor there for Arthur so we can see this. We want to get the Super Bowl pick from you guys and from him. But first, other wisdom from Arthur's friends in the animal kingdom. Super Bowl predictions. We're going to go to Utah, Salt Lake for this one. Vulcan the lion. Of course, he's going to choose the Eagles. They're delicious to a lion. So he's looking.
Has ever caught one?
He's been right back-to-back years, has Vulcan.
Okay.
So has a lion ever caught an eagle?
I digress.
Yeah.
Can lions fly?
Are they going to brag about it? No, because they're modest. Odyssey Aquarium, Scottsdale, Arizona. You don't think of a desert and aquarium as going together, but here we are. Magoo, the sea lion, also picks the Eagles. Zoo, Montana, in Billings, that's Pabu, the red panda. And look, old Pobs is going to pick the Eagles.
That thing is beautiful.
It is a regal animal. Apparently, it took 5 minutes of deliberation for Pabu to be bothered. And then Butters the owl.
Who?
Butters.
Who?
Yep, Butters. Who? Picking the Eagles as
Oh,
her pick.
oh,
as
Butters,
her pick.
okay.
Yeah, because birds of a feather and the whole thing. And we're in Topeka in Kansas. Not here, but Kansas. Rudy the orangutan and her baby Eudora. They are picking the Chiefs because they're in Kansas. And then Baltimore. All right, the Maryland Zoo. We've got Harry and Lloyd, the donkeys,
Yeah.
and they each make a pick. You'll have to excuse my
Send
friend.
in for donkey.
He's a little slow. We've landed on the moon. And Fort Worth Zoo, Brazos, the elephant.
He took that down. That was personal.
You were wearing 2 pairs of gloves the whole time?
It's the Rockies.
We are in the Rockies. All right, Brazos picks the Eagles. Okay, so all that having been said, Harry, your hands are freezing. Doug and Arthur, who are you picking for the big game tomorrow?
Yeah, Arthur was locked in on the video, by the way, of his friends at the zoo.
Good.
This is a really tough pick. I have the least conviction of a Super Bowl I can remember in terms of giving a pick because I'm all about the props. But I do side with Philly. The roster top to bottom is so tough. So we'll lay the short number with the Eagles, but obviously it wouldn't shock me at all if Mahomes pulled his magic. And I do think the coaching edge and the experience of having just played in the game with the Chiefs staff is an advantage. And I wonder how that's going to play out with this staff for Philly that did not go and win the previous Super Bowl victory for the Eagles. But I'll lay the points with the Philly. I just think they're too much, and obviously the trenches is the deciding factor.
In that former title with the Eagles, what was their rally cry? It was the dog masks, right? It was the dog masks for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Chris
that's
Long and them
right.
boys. So
Full circle.
That's right.
we'll see if it comes back around. Doug and Arthur, we appreciate it. Have fun out in the desert.
I'm telling you right now, the light is doing something for the roommates out there.
Regal.
They're
They both
glowing.
look